What is this?
Just an LS.
Is it LS in here?
Yeah. Does it used to be a diesel? No. Used to be a 6.0.
Just a dually.
Those mirrors gonna give it away.
Gee, that's why I didn't want to say anything until we get out to show them what we're driving in. Jesus.
Yo, where's the race car at?
It is still in Georgia, but it's going back together and hitting the dyno. I know y'all haven't seen it for a while, and this video kind of give you an idea why. The beginning of this year, 2021, I decided to turn my race car, which did run on 315 radials, decided to change it, put on a 275 radial, and run a lot of these no-time small tire shootouts. That being said, we went to the first race up in Dallas, won, I think it was $7,500 or $10,000. It was 10,000. Car had been sitting for probably a year back here in my, what I call my storage, in my death row. Cars waiting on engines or transmissions or parts from vendors that always say 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. It just takes too long. But yeah, the car sat for a while, took it to the first race with 275, won the race. After the race, I decided, man, it's been sitting for a while. We've had a lot of passes on that engine prior to that event. So I pulled the motor out, sent it to Proline, had them freshen it up. Fast forward, second race, which was the following month. Got it back in the car, went to Dallas. We did win the race. The bad news was every pass, oil was just puking all over the firewall. And we thought it was like an intake manifold little leak. We'd pull the intake after every pass. We thought we would seal it. It would leak again. So long story short, I got tired of pulling the intake on and off. Even though we won the race, I still knew the engine had a problem. So I sent me and my guys all the way to Georgia to have it checked out. So Chris and Daryl actually drove the truck and trailer to Proline. Chad met them there. They called me. I was gonna fly in the perfect scenario. We were gonna fix it right then and there and then dyno it on FuelTech's dyno. Well, I flew in town, and this is the video you will see. I'm not a morning person, but it is about 5 a.m. I'm just now getting to Bush Intercontinental Airport. I'm heading to Atlanta, and then we'll make the trip to Ball Ground, Georgia, to the FuelTech facility to do some race car stuff, and I will share more about what we're doing today and why we're doing it when I get there. I am kind of tired. Hopefully get a little nap on the trip. I think it's about a 2-hour flight, and I'll share more once we get there, guys.
Dyno Night success?
Yeah, so it's, man, guys, I had a different building for 10 years, let's say, and a building in front of where we are now on the main road. It's probably been 8 years since I've had a dyno day. We've been at this facility probably 3.5 years now. So we had a dyno night / car show last Friday night, huge success. A lot of cars showed up, a lot of people showed up. We dynoed all makes and model vehicles, not just Chevrolet stuff. There was imports, there was exotics, a little bit of everything. We had good food, good fajitas, good drinks, and look forward to the next one. Hopefully, it was summertime, so it's kind of hot out. We'll probably plan on another one October, November, when the weather gets a little bit better, so stay tuned for the next one.
Okay.
So I flew back, left the engine there with the guys at Proline. It's in good hands. They took it to the machine shop. I think they pulled the head off. They got the issue resolved and put it back together, and it's literally been sitting for 2 months waiting for us to go back up there, put the motor back in the car, and get it back on the dyno. The day has finally came. Chad went up there a couple days ago. It took him probably a day to put the motor back on, or back in the car. Today, it finally is on FuelTech's dyno, which is awesome. I wish I had a hub dyno. I'm jealous. Hopefully soon I will order one. The race car is on the dyno as we speak. I'll just tell you a quick brief without spending 10 minutes here. First dyno pull we made, only pulled it to 7,000 RPMs. Again, I'm not doing this to tune the car, to see horsepower numbers. I'm doing it to simulate the car going down the track to make sure there's no oil issues anymore. So first pull only went to 7,000 RPMs, which I guess sounds like a lot to maybe some of you street car guys for this motor. It's not. We made 1,000 horsepower with it. Again, not crazy turned up. The next pull, there was no oil leaks, no nothing, everything looked fine. So I said, screw it, pull that thing to 9,000 RPMs. Pulled it to 9,000 RPMs, we made 1,000 horsepower. Sent the data logs back from Luis over there at FuelTech. It went a little rich up top, but everything looked good. No oil leaks, no nothing. And they were like, man, you want to turn it up? You want to do anything more? I'm like, no, as long as there's no oil leaks, everything's fine. Let's load that baby up and bring it back to Texas.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, just the parts guy that gets all your orders wrong. This is the guy you talk to, right here. Big Carrie, little Carrie. What do we call you?
Just Carrie. Creepy guy.
Creepy guy. All right, so NHRA stuff. You can see all the rigs lined up. Pro mods for days. Again, many of them run NHRA stuff that y'all watch on the weekends. This team in particular, these two cars here, run a series called PDRA, and one of the car actually runs on radials. It's a big 315, like a Radio versus the World setup. Farther down, this is where we borrowed this stall today to pull the motor on mine. This is a new Pro Mod team. He actually drives Top Fuel as well. This is his new Pro Mod. I think he's only ran it once this season. So I think they're getting ready for the next race in a couple weeks. So here's our, here's my bin for all of our motor parts that we just took off mine today. My spare transmission, my Pro Jacks I'm gonna leave here, and I'm gonna leave the trailer here. Didn't quite go down like I was hoping today. We were really hoping to fix the oil leak that we had on the back of the intake in the block. I was hoping we could fix it and then go to FuelTech and actually run it on the engine dyno, or on their main line, on their hub dyno today, and actually see how much horsepower we're making at our different boost levels, because we aren't running the car as hard yet as we did previously with the 315s on it. But it's just another way to get data in a safer environment, especially with the oiling problems we were having. It's easy to diagnose stuff instead of going down a drag strip and have to worry about oil coming out and actually getting on the tires and, heaven forbid, wreck the car, right? So the plan today was to fix the oil leak and then go over there and hit the dyno. We actually got here, pulled the intake off. We tried to seal it 2 different times, and they have a smoke machine here so we can smoke it, which again, I get excited and busy working, and sorry guys, I did not roll the GoPro while we were doing the testing, but we found on the back of the intake, we couldn't fix the leak. So long story short, we went ahead and just pulled the whole motor out. The engine is now in the machine room, which is down this way, which I'll walk down there in a few seconds. So they're gonna completely take the motor apart, pull the intake off, check the cylinder heads out, diagnose what's going on, put it back together. Hopefully they figure it out probably next week. Then we'll come back in town, put the engine back in it, and I'll definitely bring you guys along for the ride of us installing, putting the motor back in it, and then the fun will be running that car on a dyno. I know y'all see me running on my street dyno every day, but you know, a car making 1,000 real horsepower is a lot different than a car making between 3,000 and 5,000 horsepower. So it'll be a cool experience. I've never done it in person, so it'll be a first for me as well. Hopefully we'll be able to do that when we come back. But here is, they have plenty of parts that they sell. They keep in stock, obviously, for builds that go going on. And then the engine machine shop is back here. As y'all can see, nice little Hemi. Getting a Pro Charger on it. You see all the bare blocks right here. Another one. All the nice equipment they got. And then they have a nice little assembly room. There's Doug. Say hi, Doug. Doug's the man right here in these places.
So no filming in there.
Nothing in there. We don't want to show anything that no one wants to see. Those little slow all-wheel drive cars, you know, they don't want to see what they got going on. But for the most part, y'all can see the machine shop here. Again, the best in the business here, guys. So I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna go catch my flight, and hopefully we'll do round 2 in a couple weeks. We'll be back.
Sweet.
Get that thing fixed up.
We'll see you then.
All right, buddy. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. It's again a little bit different than our everyday street car stuff, so please leave comments below. Do y'all like more of the race car stuff? If so, I'll try to bring Dean, the man behind the camera, with me to the event in Dallas. Leave comments below, thumbs up or thumbs down. Until next time,